Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So, in this video I'm going to talk to you about something that some of you might be a bit not excited about, but I am excited about it, and it's something that I've actually kind of hinted towards already, but the cat's out the bag. It's been data mined and people have found it in the files. People are already talking about it in other places, so may as well just tell you guys what's actually happening. And I'm going to put something on screen to kind of have some fun while I'm talking through this video, and I'm basically going to talk to you about what the next collab is going to be, and it is going to be this. That's right, it is going to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, so these have been found in the files. They're in there. That means that they're going to be added to the game. Now, when they get added to the game, I'm going Donatello. I played this the other day with my wife and we completed it in co-op, and Donatello is fantastic in this because he's got big stuff and he can hit people from far. Now, what they've found in the game is they have found in the game files that there is actually one of each of the turtles, as you would expect. All the turtles are in the game, which I guess is interesting, because I mean, how are you going to do that? How are you going to do 4 characters? Now, I need to watch this through the viewfinder, right? I've got such a tiny little screen that I'm going to try and play this on, so if I do terrible here, and I am playing on my controller, if I do terrible here, then please know I am playing on a tiny little screen, right? But they are going to add 4 of the turtles into the game, right? Now, how are they going to do that? You've got a couple of options, and I know what I would do, right? But as far as I know, there's no plans to do this, because there's nothing in the data files to suggest that's going to be the case. I personally, if you're going to add 4 turtles, you've obviously got Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello and Michelangelo, right? You do them as 4 different summon types. You do one of them as a special summon, limited, you know what I mean? You do one of them as a legendary unit that you purchase. You do one of them as a standard unit, so they would be in the normal pool, and you do one of them as a free-to-play unit. To me, that absolutely writes itself. There is literally no better option, in my opinion, than doing that. Just put all the 4 characters in the game in different summoning systems. That way, everyone will be able to take part in this collaboration. Everyone will be able to feel like they've got a chance of getting one of these iconic characters in this collaboration. And in my opinion, it would be a way to ensure that this collaboration goes down well. Now, are they going to do that? Honestly, I think no, right? If I'm being completely honest, I think they won't do that. Why do I think that? Well, one, I've got no faith, right? First of all, I've got no faith whatsoever that they are going to do that. Secondly, I honestly think deep down they actually probably regret giving us Fashion Blanca. I genuinely think they probably regret giving us Fashion Blanca, because if they had put Fashion Blanca into some kind of system where people could buy them, the hype of how good he is would have spread pretty quickly, and especially that early in the game, they probably could have made some money on it. And they'll probably feel like they've left money on the table by giving us a copy of Fashion Blanca for free. So for that reason, I personally do not think we will get any units for free in this collaboration. In fact, if I'm being honest, in the shop, maybe, if we're willing to wait a couple of months, we might get the odd legendary character again, but straight up being able to get a legendary character by just doing like missions or something, I do not think we are going to get that, right? I don't think we're going to get a copy of a unit like that again, and which is a shame, right? Which is absolutely a shame. So if they do not give us a legendary unit, then how do they do the turtles? I find that difficult. As much as I want them, as much as I'm hype about them, as much as I'm excited for them, I do want them, right? But how is it possible that they can give us these iconic characters, 4 of them, in any kind of way that's not going to cost people literal thousands, right? And I say that because at most, I imagine 2 would be a legendary character you could buy, right? at most. That would leave the other 2 characters. How would they do them? I have to imagine they would have to be as a special summon, right? And unless they're going to give us like 2 characters for 1, so let's just say for example they put Raphael and Leonardo into the special summoning pool, and when you summon, you actually summon for 2 of them, right? So even though they're 2 independent characters, you do 1 summon and it's both characters you would get. I don't know how that would work, but I mean, it would be kind of better than getting, do you know what I mean, like 2 characters you have to select, because as much as I know they want to make money, doing things like that to me is counterproductive. You're not going to make money, you're just going to make people go, hell no, right? Hell no, it's not going to happen, right? Now, some people might say, oh, Hayzink, but being able to play the Turtles on your mobile phone, that would be absolutely awesome. Well, just to show you guys, this is my mobile phone. This game, the Turtle Shredder's Revenge, it's actually free. You might not know this. It's free on the App Store, and it's also free on iOS, as long as you are a subscriber to Netflix. If you're a subscriber to Netflix, this game is free, right? If you literally have a Netflix account, if you have someone else's Netflix account, whatever, you literally go, you download the game. When you're loading the game up for the first time, it asks you to sign in with your Netflix account, and that's it. You get the full entire game. It's exclusively published by Netflix, so it's free. It's absolutely free. So there's no need for you to like spend a lot of money if you just want to get the experience of playing with the Turtles on your mobile phone, because you can get it for free doing this, you know? So is the appeal going to be there for people to spend possibly thousands to get the 4 units? While I think there'll be a few hardcore collectors who will want to do that, I don't think it will be as big as they think, right? Now, I mean, I'm a huge fan, like a massive fan of the Turtles. I grew up in the 80s, I am in my 40s, well, 41, right? This was my childhood. This like absolutely was my childhood, and I had all the toys, and I would love to get these characters in Street Fighter Duel. I did what I said I was going to do. I don't know if you watched the video where I was saying, I was low-key hinting that they were going to be coming to the game. I went and I got the thing that I said I was going to get, which is the Chun-Li and Michelangelo, who... Michelangelo's not my favourite turtle. I'd say probably Raphael is probably my favourite turtle, to be honest. So I really hope they do a Raphael and Ken toy. That would be pretty cool. I would get that one. I would love to have the Turtles, and I would love to have all of the Turtles, but how in a summonable gacha that doesn't have a free-to-play system, that isn't very friendly when it comes to rates and summons and stuff like that, how the hell are you going to get the 4 Turtles? I just don't see how it's doable. I really don't. Even if they introduce Pity, which there is rumours of, but even if they introduce Pity, how are you going to get all 4 Turtles? I don't know. I just find it very hard to see how it's going to work unless they, I don't know, make them more accessible. And my suggestion of 1 standard banner, 1 legendary, 1 limited, and 1 free to play, everyone's going to get something. Everyone is going to get something, and they will still make a ton of money out of the other ones, because you know what? I can tell you right now, there is so many whales and dolphins out there that if they were able to purchase one, get the other one through standard summoning, get 1 free to play, and then the only one they were missing was the one that was in the limited ticket banner, you can bet your ass people would spend money to get that final turtle. It will make them more money. I'm telling you right now, it will make them more money if that's what they decide to do. I am like absolutely hype. I am. And I mean, if they introduce 2 of them as legends, then awesome. I'll likely have 2 of the turtles. But if they do multiple as limited summons, they're in for a bad time, in my opinion. You know, in my opinion, they are anyway. Who knows when this is happening? Like, I'm not 100% sure. it's in the data files, but you know, things are subject to change. It's always the case with these things. They might just one day decide, you know what, we're not going to make money on this, we're not going to pay the license fee. I don't know, right? But at the end of the day, they are there. I just hope that they're smart and they use the the 80s version of the Turtles. So like the one you can see on screen just now, that is the version of the Turtles that people would be interested in summoning. Don't use any of this newfangled Nickelodeon one. Nobody cares about that. The movie's coming out soon, which probably explains why they're doing this. Will they do it based on the movie? I don't know. If they want to actually try and maximise their revenue, they need to do classic. If they do classic, then there's a strong chance that it'll do well. However, if they do all of them as limited summons, no chance. Absolutely no chance of people going to get behind it. And it would be a criminal thing if this didn't do well. If this doesn't do well, then it just shows you how poorly managed things are, to be completely honest. And that's me just being frank, not being negative. I'm just saying that if you have a massive IP like the Turtles, and to be honest, I don't know off the top of my head of any other gacha they've appeared in, but if you've got the Turtles, if you've got a fighting based IP and that is what your crossover's appearing in, if it does not do numbers, then that just tells you you are doing something wrong. But anyway guys, when is this going to happen? If I had to guess, based on what we've seen so far, they seem to like to put out a collab every month to every 6 weeks. So I wouldn't be shocked if this comes out within the next 4 to 6 weeks maybe. You have to wait and see, but if this is something that you are at all interested in, then I suggest from now until then, anything that comes along that gives you special summoning tickets, you should hold on to them. You should hold on to them 100%, because even if you're someone who is willing to spend, if you can lessen your costs, then obviously that is all the better for you. Again, if you want to play Splinter's Shredder's Revenge, which is what I'm playing just now, if you have any console, Steam, if you've got a phone, go on to your app store, which is either on the Play Store or the App Store for Apple. Sign in with your Netflix account and the game is absolutely free, and I completed it with my wife on Steam, and I'm telling you now, I'm playing this on my iPhone just now, and the experience is exactly the same. It's exactly the same. You're not missing out on anything if you decide to play it on mobile. But anyway guys, I've been Hayzink. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. I know most of you are probably going to think, oh, another collab, this is way too soon, this is just a cash grab, all that type of stuff. But you know what? I've got so much nostalgia for the Turtles, it's very hard for me not to be hyped about this one. So if I put out a lot of videos talking about how cool I think it is, then just understand, this is my childhood, so it's gonna happen. Anyway guys, I have been Hayzink, thank you for watching, and as always, I will catch you on the next Street Fighter Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video. Peace.